So part 2, Nicola, we're doing the flower essence hologram. So it's tested up a combination of small intestine then liver. You're a busy day today?
Yeah, I have a catch up with some clients. Then I'll be at the salon.
Beautiful. Interesting. So the combination of small intestine and liver, the emotions in underneath there are feeling helpless and irresponsible. Interesting. And so once again, we're talking back to a timeline of when you were 16 and a half to 17 years old. And the flower essence is an Australian bush flower essence called Mountain Devil. Now, the first thing I always think of with Mountain Devil is about hatred and suspicion and anger and grudges and stuff like that. So let's just firstly ask, is this linked into when Nicola was 16 and a half to 17? Yes, it is. Okay. Was it a situation? Was there a person? Was it male? Was it female? Was someone female? Was it directed at yourself? No. So someone female. Okay. So someone in the teaching realm, a relative. Okay. Okay. So there's something going on there, but yeah, so 16 and a half to 17 years old, some relative was annoying the heck out of you, I suspect. So let's get the tuning forks. We need to do 3 layers of this. Wow, okay. Interesting. So do I need to do the small intestine meridian? No. The liver meridian? Yes. Do I need to do any chakras? Yes. Crown, heart. Yeah, right. So it's like you're split. So it's base chakra, crown chakra, but heart chakra. So it's like 1, 4, and 7. And do we need to do any tuning fork combos? No. Okay. So any figure eights. So you just need to kick on in. I take responsibility for my attitudes and now choose to kindly, gently, lovingly, and supportively transform my hatred and suspicion, my anger and holding of grudges into all-encompassing love. I make the commitment to kindly, gently, lovingly, and supportively recognize and acknowledge my feelings. I will also accept, forgive, and love myself and others. I take responsibility for my attitudes and now choose to kindly, gently, lovingly, and supportively transcend my anger and my holding of grudges, my hatred and suspicion into all-encompassing love. I make the commitment to kindly, gently, lovingly, and supportively recognize and acknowledge my feelings. I will also accept, forgive, and love myself and others. I take responsibility for my attitudes and now choose to kindly, gently, lovingly, and supportively dissolve my hatred, my anger, my suspicion, my holding grudges into all-encompassing love. I make the commitment to kindly, gently, lovingly, and supportively recognize and acknowledge my feelings. I will also accept, forgive, and love myself and others.
Because this being the new year of the dragon
Yeah.
as well, that's when it takes weaknesses to for the year of the dragon.
What's the weakness?
Like hatred.
Yeah, right.
So it's also do like transformation.
Okay. So Renergy was saying that because it's the year of the dragon, one of the things that we work on or that it transforms is hatred and anger. Yeah, beautiful. And I was just thinking, you know, when I first started studying kinesiology, there would always be someone in the class who had a lot more, and it's one thing having people more experience, that's just, you know, that's just life. But it was almost like not only were there people in the class, but they were people who were tactless and blunt, so therefore they would make you feel this big because of the words they would say. So it's one thing learning in an environment, it's another thing hearing people tell you that what you're doing is just wrong and there's no way a muscle test can do that. And I know we've chatted about that before, Nicola, because when we're taught in a rigid way that it must go from a lock to an unlock to a lock to an unlock to a lock to an unlock, and then you see someone like me who that doesn't happen, it's, you know, it's challenging when we've been told that for years on end. So so in relation to you being the best practitioner you can be, and I know you're doing it, we need to just be open. We need to let go of those past beliefs that we've had, be open to learning anything and everything we can, and then just allowing the spirit to guide you, you know, to where you need to be.
The year of the dragon is also a year of transformation.
Year of the dragon is also the year of transformation. Beautiful. You are becoming a beautiful butterfly, spreading your angel wings. Okay, do I need to say the affirmation again at this point? No, we're still going. Okay, still going. So, adrenal, survival, deep survival. Okay, so there's still some hidden deep survival in there. And hold. So now let's go and have a look. Is it in the PBSS? Is it somewhere else? Somewhere else. So more of the same, more of something else. Okay, do I need more of a diffusion or a correction? Do I need to go into the brain pathways? I need to go into the brain pathways. Okay. So corpus callosum trust, AC, despondency. Okay. So when things don't work as easily as you would like, I suspect your brain just feels a bit sad, despondent, depressed. So the anterior commissure, which we need to be up and running when we're learning, the anterior commissure just, you know, it shuts down when we're feeling bummed out. Sadness, despondency, depression, feeling incapable, feeling less than. I am awesome. I am perfect. I remember easily and integrate information for the best of my clients and myself. And hold. Is it mainly remedial massage at the salon you're doing?
Yes.
Mm.
I integrate the symptoms too.
Yeah, nice.
So I have all that.
Yeah,
Just
right,
using
cool.
them.
Nice.
I have some joints off, not all joints.
Yeah. Nice.
Definitely tuning things and getting all popular, non-popular.
As it would. Okay. So we need to go back to reticular activating system now. So we just sort of opened up that frontal cortex. Now we need to go back to RAS. One of the things that Charles Krebs once said in a training was, oh, hello. So that's serotonin. Yeah, so low serotonin creating vigilance in the nervous system through the reticular activating system. So Charles Krebs once said that we've not only got these connections from the left to right side of the brain, but because the cerebellum is like a big hard drive, it's almost like information's whizzing from left to right of the brain, but it's constantly going down to the cerebellum as well. So there's just this constant energy because the cerebellum it remembers everything. It's like a big hard drive the size of 2 fists. It's about the size of, nearly the size of our hearts. So it's quite a lot of, it's a lot of neurons.
Where is that? Is it in the back?
Yeah, rear of the brain. So where do we need to go next? So back to the, right, so we're going back to some connections in the brain. CC tristatic response and amygdala A, B, C, D. Okay, the fourth hippocampal circuit, it's like that, it's that chatter. We still, are we still linked into 16 and a half years old? Yes, we are. So it's that negative chatter that we end up believing about ourselves again, you know, so it's like the BOAB that we were chatting about in our excellence class this morning. So we need to go into the hippocampus, GV20, and then I think it's GV15 on at the base of the skull. But that little combination is getting into the hippocampus, and it's linked in with an old pain and punishment circuit again. So it's a memory center that has remembered some negative stuff about you. Once again, I've got no idea what sort of a student you were or whether anything, you know. Anyway, interesting that it's linked in with a female relative, so it's not even a teacher or someone like that. Did you get sick during high school, you know, around that 16 and a half? Any moves in family or houses or anything? Some people just cruise through being 16. Wasn't me. How long did you live with your aunt? Yeah, right. So again, we need to go back to the RAS again. So each time I'm doing a little thingamajig in the brain, we then have to go back to the RAS. Fascinating. Okay, so this one is noradrenaline. Right, and in this case, it's not, so this is when the hippocampus has that negative chatter going on about ourselves. And then we're back to the reticular activating system, noradrenaline, and it's large intestine 21s, and that combination is about the brain wanting to go hide away. Hide away and reset, hide away and look after ourselves, hide away and collect our ego, you know, if we've been damaged. Excellent. Okay. So is this still in relation to being the best practitioner we can be? Yes. So we need to do the integration points in relation to being an awesome practitioner, being able to integrate information easily with your clients and having the confidence to do so. So let's go check out brokers to brokers. Hold. I'm going to amygdalarize each one just in case. So even though it was a lock, it's still linking in with a pain and punishment circuit, which means it could be just over 50% causing a lock. But of course, we know it could be second power of stress or higher, and it also could be second. It also could have that excess energy in there. But interesting that it showed up that it still needed an amygdala calming down anyway, because brokers is about the words we speak, the words coming out of our mouth, the musculature of the words coming out of our mouth. And we've all had those times in our life when you were talking to someone, the words sat there and you just couldn't get the words out because we felt unheard or unloved or unaccepted or whatever it is. Double check, brokers to brokers, hold. Double check amygdala. Now that's clear. It's not asking for anything else with more or something else. Let's ask Wernicke's to Wernicke's. And hold. Whereas that one's an unlock. So this is the thoughts behind the words. So when you're working on a client, when you're working on someone, especially when we, getting that confidence, because you're really confident in the way you present yourself, and the person on the table will know less about everything than you do, because you're the practitioner. So just having a little hierarchy of steps. What am I going to check? What's the order? Yeah, but that's escape, submission, freeze. So the words behind so the Wernicke's is the words behind the thoughts behind the words. So that's where the brain goes into a bit of freeze. And hold. Is there any more to do on Wernicke's? No. Let's go into auditory integration points. And hold. So that one is escape, submission, freeze again. And it's auditory integration, so that's sort of just an indication that the self-talk again is bringing your frequency down. And again, hold, beautiful. Is there more on the auditory integration points? No. So now we'll go into rip and lip. Left and right integrative points. And hold, right. So rip and lip are all the incoming and outgoing, short and long-term memory from everything we see and hear. And feel. So not a lot going on in there at all. It's a pain and punishment circuit again. But I totally get how we need that brain integrated so that you can feel empowered, so that you can feel more switched on when you're working.
imagining.
Oh, that's so cute. You're nice and relaxed.
Yes.
Well, we've been in and out of the reticular activating system. That is actually where dreaming happens.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. That's funny. Okay, so where do we need to go next for Nicola? So okay, I think we need to do one of your higher chakras, so let's go have a play. Okay, so the 8th and 13th are both showing up, so which is the priority? So 8th first, so that, yep. Yeah, so the priority is the 8th, so it's the one that's underneath the feet. So the 8th connects to, actually, we'll stop and start again, Nicola.